Tanner, Coach told me that the announcement that you're going to the Outback Bowl wasn't the most exciting thing, but what was your reaction when he told you guys?
Our team was just very excited to be able to get a chance to play a very elite program in Auburn, to go to Florida, represent the Big Ten in a fantastic bowl game, the Outback Bowl, and take Minnesota there for the first time.
With this season that you guys have been having, what would this appearance and a win mean for this team?
It would just mean, taking the next right step for our program. We've taken a lot of right steps this season, and now it's time for us to just take the next right step.
Some of the steps will be the extra practices together. What benefit are you already noticing?
It's huge, yeah. And it's huge for our young guys, too, to be able to get a lot of reps that they usually don't get, whether they're taking scout team or just don't have the reps available for them. But our team, it's just all about getting those inches to be the best player you can be, to contribute to our team. So it's going to really attribute to our team and make us a lot better.
I know you haven't had time to watch film and really dig into Auburn, but just generally speaking, when you think about this team and see them, what comes to mind?
Well, you don't beat Alabama the way they did if you're not a very elite football team, if you don't have a great defense, if you're not very fast. And everybody knows what the SEC football is about, what Auburn is about, and we're really excited to play a really good opponent.
To have the historic season you guys are having, a signature win against Penn State, what would a win over Auburn mean?
Again, it would be huge for us to be able to take the next right step as a program. So now we got to do everything we can to go 1-0 in the Auburn Outback season, and just like we've been doing all season. And it's just really exciting for us to be able to be in a fantastic situation against a great team and be able to take that next right step.
What's the chatter on this team as you guys found out and talk about it with this next step?
Just a lot of excitement to be able to play in January 1st bowl game, and to be able to play against a really good team. We're playing against a really good opponent, and it's not, just tier 5 or whatever bowl game. It's a very elite bowl game in the Outback Bowl, and get to go to Florida, a little sunshine out of the snow for a little bit. The guys are really excited.
There's said toes in the sand too. That will be a guarantee.
Oh yeah, no question about that.
For you personally, I know this is a team accomplishment, but with the numbers that you have put up on this season, what do you want to see out of yourself now on this stage?
It's not about me. Whatever I can do to help our team execute on offense and win the game. That's how I measure my personal success, is if we win or we lose the game. Because at the end of the day, as a quarterback, I think that's the most important stat, whether you help your team to a win or a loss. Not how many yards you throw for, how many touchdowns. But, again, it just comes down to doing everything we can to execute, and that starts with me. And I'm just excited to get another opportunity and a chance to do that.
Thanks for the time, Tanner.
Yep, thank you very much.
Winston, you guys are headed to the Outback Bowl. What does this mean for this team?
Everybody's extremely excited. We heard we were getting sunshine and beaches on New Year's Day, so as opposed to being up here in the cold, everybody's pretty jacked up and hype about it. So all the old guys to the young guys, everybody's excited for the opportunity.
I guess I can call you one of the older guys, respectfully.
Yes,
but
yes.
For this to be your last game, what does that mean for you personally?
It means the world. I'm excited because it's the next opportunity to play with my brothers, but then you got to look at the big picture. It's like, okay, this is the last one. So in the defensive meeting today, Coach Rossi was talking, and he was like, older guys, the younger guys, you owe it to each other to make a statement right now about what you want this program to look like in the future and what you want the seniors to leave with right now. So it means the world to me, and I'm going to give it everything I got just as well as I know my teammates will.
Talk about making a statement against a tough SEC opponent in Auburn. What's it going to take to beat a team like that?
Detail, preparation, technique. We already started watching film today. We see how explosive they are, how powerful they are off the ball, all the talent that they have at wide receiver, running back, their quarterback being extremely shifty. So we're honing in on details and technique right now, and we're going to keep building on it as the weeks progress.
You watched the film. You also probably saw that they beat Alabama. What does that say about them?
Alabama is always one of the top-ranked teams, always one of the toughest teams in college football. So you're getting a formidable opponent with Auburn coming in and playing us in Tampa. So, we're going to have to be on our A game in tip-top shape. Everybody's bodies are going to have to get back into shape, and we're going to have to be ready to go.
Talk about those bodies getting back in shape. You'll get extra time with your teammates. Mm-hmm. What is that going to do for this team as you see this team kind of become who they want to be?
I feel like it's going to be big more for the younger guys than the older guys. The older guys have kind of grown into their roles. You kind of see the Carter Coughlins, Antoine Winfield Jr.'s, Kamal Martins in their roles. But then it's time to look at some of the younger guys that are going to kind of rise up. And that's what we started with today. We had the older guys taking reps and things like that. But then Coach Fleck was like, all right, young guys, pop out there. So you're watching the younger guys, you're coaching them up, and you're kind of seeing what the future is going to look like. And it's really cool.
As you've seen too the growth of this program, for now you guys to be playing in a New Year's Day bowl game, from where it's been to now, what does this game in itself say about the program?
I feel like it's a step in the right direction completely. You see the program start to begin to elevate from 2017 when Coach Fleck first came here, first season, all the way up until now. You're seeing these steps beginning to be taken. And I feel like it's going to be crazy to come back in here 2-3 years and watch all the guys who I call my little brothers, who will probably be maybe bigger than me when they leave, taking care of business. So I'm just so happy to see these guys growing constantly every day. It's not always pretty, but it's going to be worth it.
As one of the leaders, not just of this defense, but of this team, what is the mindset going into this game?
We have to be aggressive, and we have to work hard. We have to work through adversity, and we got to keep pushing. I feel like oftentimes people see an opponent, and it's like, oh my gosh, but you have to respect everybody. You have to respect their weaknesses and strengths, but also be able to look at yourself kind of in the mirror and understand what your strengths and weaknesses are and be able to kind of move forward that way. So it's not always about who you're playing or, where you're going. It's kind of like looking at yourself in the mirror to be able to see what you can fix going forward.
And finally, just to have gotten the news that you guys were going to the Outback Bowl, what was your reaction?
Everybody was screaming, hype, excited. We walked into the meeting rooms, and Coach Panagos was like, I don't know where we're going. And then Sam Renner was like, we're going to the Outback Bowl. Everybody was like, we're going to the Outback Bowl. So Florida guys, Georgia guys, all of them are excited. And then everybody's families are calling them, texting them like, okay, we're going to get our tickets to Florida, blase, blase. So it's a really exciting atmosphere right now.
We have every reason to be excited. Winston, thank you so much for the time.
Thank you so much for having me.